I'm on my way to Best Buy. I'm picking up a new lapel microphone that I hope is going to improve the audio when I'm vlogging using particularly this camera. It's just got the onboard mic, there's no mic input jacks, and it's very prone to wind noise and wind rumble. Some people put fuzzy things on top of the mics, on top of the camera to reduce that. I may still do that. Like right now in a situation like this where there's a lot of background noise, I have my window down, wind blowing, cars driving by on the other side of the road. Not ideal. I don't even know how well you'll be able to hear me in this video segment. But I wanted to have something to contrast with the new way I'm going to be doing audio coming up here. So we'll see what kind of difference it makes. I think it'll make a huge difference, especially in environments where there is a lot of background noise. So let's go in and get it.
A few moments later.
All right, so I got the microphone. I'm going to go ahead and open it up here, and I'm going to start recording audio with it and see what kind of difference it makes. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be the ideal scenario. I can't always be carrying this around with me. But when I'm going out and I know I'm going to be vlogging a lot, I don't think it'll be that big a deal to just throw the mic up under my shirt, clip it to my collar, and just have the cord and the phone in my pocket. And then anytime I want to vlog, just pull the phone out, start that recording, and then vlog away. If I'm riding my skateboard, I'll be able to have it on and won't have to worry about holding a microphone. So, it comes in this cool carrying case, so that'll be nice to just keep it contained in my bag when I'm not using it. It's got some adapters, which I don't need. Here's the battery, which I also don't need. You only need the battery if you're going to use this plugged into a camera like a 70D or an 80D or any other kind of video camera as a mic input. When you're using it with a smartphone like an iPhone, you do not need the battery. In fact, there's a switch on here that turns the battery off if you're going to be using it with a phone. Alright, so here's the clip and the little wind cover, which will be very important. The one thing about this is the length of the cord. I mean, look at how much cord this thing comes with. So I will pretty much have that all bunched up in my pocket. I don't need this much cord. So in my application, it would be nice to have a shorter cord, but I could see where this would be very handy if you're using it. If I'm going to use it in a indoor studio environment, it'd be nice to have that long cord to be able to go to your camera if you're plugging it into a camera, which I am not. Now, since I have an iPhone 7, of course, I don't have a headphone jack, but I just happen to have my handy dandy dongle, which hopefully it will work with. I might need an adapter in between it. I'm not sure. We're going to find out. It is nice though that it has a Velcro wrap for this part of the cable, so I'll be able to keep it wrapped up with that when it's in my pocket. So here it is, plugged into my phone. I'm actually recording audio with it right now, but I haven't spliced it into this video yet. But see, the phone is recording with the app. I'm using the Rode Rec app from Rode Microphones, and so this part right here I will run up under my shirt and plug it in. So let's try that out. I've already tied the mic cable in a knot. Good job, John. Alright, so we're going to go up under my shirt like so. Strong clip. I've got it up under my neck right here, running up under my shirt, clipped to my collar. So I don't know, we'll see how this sounds, how it does while I'm driving. Alright, I've got to make this short because I only have a few minutes left on this memory card. I didn't realize it was almost full from when we went bowling the other night. But, so now here we are. It's very windy in the car. I'm talking kind of loud. I'm going to compare how my voice sounds with this lapel microphone hooked into my iPhone versus the onboard mics on this camera. I'm sure it's going to be rather difficult with all this background noise to hear me on the onboard microphone. I'm willing to bet it will be better on this microphone versus the onboard microphone. So we'll see when we get back to the computer. Okay, so after playing with the audio from this lapel mic versus the onboard microphone on this particular camera, which is, by the way, the Sony RX100 Mark V, I have to say, as I suspected and as I hoped, the audio from this microphone is so much better. The background noise in that noisy, when I was in the truck with the window down, vehicles driving by right outside my window, the background noise was super loud and distracting with the onboard microphone of the camera, which is to be expected. But when I switch over to the audio from this microphone, the background noise virtually disappeared. I mean, just gone. It was still there, but virtually non-existent, which was super impressive. Now I'm testing it in a more controlled environment. I'm indoors in a quiet office. Now granted, I do have a computer down here with a pretty loud fan on it, and typically when I record in this room, I'm not real pleased with the audio because I can hear the background hissing from the computer that's in this room, but it's okay. So I'm curious to see with this mic if I'll be able to hear that computer at all. So I will do some tests going between the onboard microphone on the camera versus this microphone in this quieter environment, just to see how it compares here. So right now you're hearing the audio from the onboard microphone on the Sony RX100 Mark V, and now you're hearing the audio from this lapel microphone, which is hooked into an iPhone 8 and is being recorded using the Rode Rec app. You could just use the voice memo feature in a phone, but the Rode Rec app has tons of features for adjusting the gain, adjusting the, it has different filters you can put on it, from rumble reducers to hiss removers to all kinds of stuff. And you can disable, most importantly, you can disable iOS processing of the audio. And that's kind of the equivalent of automatic gain control, where the iOS decides what level to set the gain at. So when you stop talking, it will boost up the gain, which gives you that hiss sound that you hear sometimes on some cameras. When you're talking, it's fine, you don't hear the hiss. And then as soon as you stop talking, you hear a hiss go up. So I'm going to see if that hiss is evident or not. It shouldn't be with this microphone because it should just be set at the one gain level I set it at, and it should stay there. So when I don't talk, when there's moments of silence, it shouldn't crank the gain up and cause that hiss sound that you get on some microphones with some cameras. So in conclusion, I have to say I really love this. Is it going to be ideal for every scenario? Absolutely not. There's going to be times I'm going to just not even bother with this, and I'm just going to use the microphone that's on the camera just for simplicity, just for ease of use, because it's not going to be feasible to carry this cord around all the time. But most of the time I will have it. I will have it in my bag if I'm not using it. And if I'm out vlogging, I'm going to just put it up under my shirt, attach the mic, throw the phone in my pocket, and I'm good to go. Now, there are times that I'm vlogging and I want to use my phone while I'm vlogging. So like when my wife and I go out playing Pokemon Go, I might be vlogging and playing Pokemon at the same time. Obviously, I don't want to be using my phone to record at those times. So my solution to that is that I have an old iPhone 6 and I have two old iPhone 5S's just sitting around doing nothing, collecting dust. So I'm going to use one of those, put one of those back in commission, charge it up, and I'm going to use that as my recording device. Throw that in my bag when I know I'm going to be recording, and it has plenty of space because they're like 128 gigabyte phones. So I can record for hours on those things and I'll be golden. So I'm really looking forward to using this, because I have to say I have been displeased at times with the audio I get from the onboard microphone on this camera. And I knew that when I bought the camera. All the reviews talked about it. I knew it was a limitation of the camera and that it didn't have a microphone input, which is a bummer. But this is a very good way to get around that. It's pretty simple. I can just stick it in my pocket. Once I have it on, it's pretty easy. And then getting the files from this phone to my computer for video editing, super simple. This has Dropbox integration. So when I'm done, you just stop the recording, you hit the share button, and then you hit Dropbox. And I already have my Dropbox set up in the app. Once you have it set up, it just remembers it. I hit Dropbox and I hit send. And you can send multiple files at once. So really easy. It uploads the files. They're not that big, unless you're going to record for an hour. you're going to be recording for a few minutes at a time, and the file won't be that big. It won't take long at all for it to upload. If I use this phone when I'm out and about vlogging, I can be uploading them as I go. You know, I can finish recording it and just send it to Dropbox. Then when I get back to home, they'll all be synced to my computer through Dropbox, ready to go. All they have to do is drop them into my timeline, match up the audio with the video clips, which again will be really easy using the waveforms. You know, you can even clap at the beginning of a video to help give you that spike on the audio waveform, so you can line them up real easily. But otherwise you can just look at the waveforms and figure out it's not hard at all to line up the audio. But if I'm using one of my old iPhones to record audio, obviously I won't be able to upload those as I go, because those phones will not have a data connection when I'm out and about. Now, if I'm around Wi-Fi and I can connect to Wi-Fi with them, then certainly I can upload them then. But otherwise, it's not a big deal. I get back home, the phones connect to my Wi-Fi, I upload the audio to Dropbox, and then it's right there. I can download it to my computer, super easy, ready to go. So I've long been thinking about doing something like this, but I always thought it sounded like a hassle. I thought, I don't want to carry around a phone and a cord and a mic and a lapel and all that stuff. That just sounds like a pain. Who wants to do that? But I have to say, with some of the audio I've gotten, like the other day we did a vlog, we were in a pizza place, it was super loud and echoey in there, and when I was talking in the vlog, you could barely hear what I was saying because there was so much background noise. Now, will I necessarily have this on in those situations? Maybe not. But here's another thing you can do. You can use this same app with just your phone without a microphone plugged into it. If I didn't have this mic plugged in, I could just hold my phone like this, be recording with the app, and when I'm talking to the vlog, I'm holding my camera out here, I can just have this down low, but somewhat close to my face, and I can be recording audio using the built-in mic on the phone, and that sounds excellent as well. So even without the lapel, just using the phone to record my talking works awesome also. In fact, let me demonstrate that right now. So now I am recording using my iPhone, just the built-in. I could even pop my pop socket out right here. I could just hold my phone like this, and I hold it down here underneath, like when I'm zoomed in like this. If I'm vlogging, you can't even see my phone. It's not in the shot. So if I'm out and about, and I've got my vlogging rig like this, and I'm just holding, if you can see, I'm just holding my phone right here. If I just hold my phone right here at chest level with the microphone on the bottom of the phone, obviously pointed up towards me, it's awesome audio. It's much better audio than what comes off the top of that camera. So as a comparison, here's the audio from my iPhone, just using the microphone on the iPhone, versus right now, you're hearing the audio from the onboard microphone on the camera. Night and day difference, in my opinion. So there's really no excuse. Even if I don't have the lapel mic, if I have my phone, I can use it to record much better audio. So I'm going to be mindful of that in the future. If I'm in loud environments and I know the onboard microphone is going to be subpar, then I'm going to pull out my phone and I'm going to use it to record audio if possible. So obviously this won't be ideal for every recording situation. If I'm with a group of people and I'm talking and then I turn the camera to them, if they're 5 feet away from me and I'm pointing the camera towards them, obviously my lapel mic isn't going to pick them up very well. So in those situations, the onboard microphone will still be recording, because this is recording in my phone. So it's not like I'm plugging in the lapel to the camera and taking over the audio from the camera. So in those cases, when I point the camera at somebody else, I'm just going to have to switch to and use the audio from the camera, or mix in the two of them to try to get a good sound. But I think it'll work well, because the onboard microphone will still always be recording to capture other sounds that I may want to capture that this microphone won't, like other people across the room, that kind of thing. So that's it in a nutshell. In the end, so far, I am extremely pleased with this microphone. I highly recommend it. It's way inexpensive. You know, if you get an onboard Rode microphones that mount on cameras that a lot of vloggers use, those are like over $100, $150. You can spend a lot of money on those. This was less than $50. So definitely a very inexpensive way to get much better audio with your vlogs. Even if you don't have the money to buy one of these microphones, at the very least, like I showed, just use your iPhone. Or if you have another kind of phone that has a decent microphone in it, record audio with some other kind of device that will get better audio than your camera. because some cameras, the onboard audio just is not ideal. So I hope you found this video useful, informative. Comment below if you have any questions that I didn't cover about this setup, and let me know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I would love to have you subscribe. I plan to do more of these kinds of review videos in the future. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we will see you guys in the next one.